Yeah, welcome to the Making of Me podcast, where we explore the journey, wisdom, and strategy of people creating positive change for themselves and for the world. Today's guest is Kate Heartsong, an author, speaker, coach, entrepreneurs, and Reiki masters. Kate empower individuals to raise self-confidence, reduce stress, awaken consciousness, and create positive change in their life. Book, meditation, and workshop. She helped people realize that inner peace leads to global peace, and the transformation starts with one person at a time. It's really a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's a joy to be here, Aurel. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you. So, Kate, what were some of the moments or challenges that shape you into who you have become today?
Yes, that's a great question. And I, by the way, love the title of your podcast.
Coach, thank you so much.
All of us are a result of so many things. And what happened to me when I was 2 years old, a curious toddler, I went over to an open window in the living room and I looked out and I fell out 1.5 stories high.
Ooh.
And my gosh, thankfully I landed on a patch of grass. Of course, my parents took me to the hospital, and initially they didn't find anything wrong with me. But a few months later, it was discovered as a result of that fall, I lost most of my hearing. And so back then, they did not have the technology for the type of hearing loss I had. And so the challenge I had was I had such great shame and low self-esteem. As a child, I thought I was a mistake. I thought I wasn't worthy, and it seems like 10 lifetimes ago that the challenges actually were a gift. Because as I grew up in my grade school, junior high, and high school with the low self-esteem and no confidence, I had a lot of anger and frustration and just stress, anxiety, so much of it. And in my college years, I realized people were happy. And I decided, I could be happy.
Yeah.
So I decided to take the bull by the horns and do what I needed to do to make a shift. So I took a lot of personal development courses, psychotherapy. I had, because there were some other family dynamics that were very unhealthy. So I went through quite a bit of trauma. So anyway, through all of these healing modalities and then a lot of self-help books, all kinds of things. Over time, I was able to raise my confidence and just feel better about myself and realize I'm not a mistake. And it's exactly because of this childhood situation and transcending it that gave me and gives me today the passion and the compassion and the empathy to know it really is possible to overcome, for most everyone, possible to overcome our challenges in life. It may or may not be easy, but it is possible.
Yeah.
I'm living proof. So thanks for asking.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. Yeah, it really speaks volumes, being that it's reassuring the fact that you have gone through that. And now you could actually see the possibility that, yeah, no matter what you have gone through, definitely you could actually more like come out of it strong and hearty. Yeah, amazing. So how can someone raise their self-esteem and confidence, even in the face of anxiety or life challenge?
So how important is confidence, did you ask?
Yeah, how can someone raise their self-esteem and
Yes,
confidence? Yeah.
right. Absolutely. There's so much to be said about that. In essence, it is so vital for us to be able to show up in a life to have more joy, more peace, to be able to give our gifts to others, to feel good. It's essential that we have confidence in ourselves and self-esteem. And it's not egotistical to think good about ourselves. Many of us were taught that it's all about the other people and we have to think about other people first and don't take care of ourselves. We must give, give, give. Well, that's predominantly not true, because the more that we can be in our own strength and replenish ourselves and feel good about ourselves in a non-egotistical way, just recognizing I am the same as everyone else. All of us are created equally. As long as I can be from that stance and in my power, this is actually where we can better
Yeah.
give to others. Yes, I can see. Yeah, you totally get
Yeah.
it. Of course you do.
Yeah.
But this is so
Amazing.
important. And a lot of people think, well, if I don't give to others, then they might think I'm selfish. Well, in fact, we have to be selfish to a point. So I love to share. Yeah, I love to share this analogy of a pitcher of water I learned so many years ago that demonstrates the necessity of us replenishing ourselves first so we can give. Imagine having a pitcher of water full of water, and then we pour it out to 5 glasses, and now we're out of water. I gave water to 5 people in the water glass, but now I have no more left. How am I going to continue giving unless I replenish and refill that pitcher of water,
Yeah.
right? So it really is not egotistical. It's just a matter of a balance between taking care of ourselves so that we can give more and to recognize what do others need and have an awareness and a conscious living. If we
Yeah.
can live in a conscious way, then we can better have a sense of what that balance is between giving and receiving.
Yeah. Amazing. I think this is really lovely, being that, yeah, you can't give what you don't have,
Yeah,
and
that's
if you don't,
right.
more like, and if you have, if you didn't take it more like, also heartedly being proud of what you have, in terms of nourishing yourself first, giving out might feel guilty. Yeah, and it's really amazing. You don't think just like when you
Yeah.
nourish yourself, I think it's easier for you to nourish others compared to just giving without actually giving to yourself. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
get
amazing.
so drained when we give. And what
Yeah,
does that demonstrate? It shows that, well, we are not able to give anymore.
yeah,
And then we can get burnout, overwhelmed. There's so many symptoms of overgiving. And some people give like I did when I was younger. I was a super people pleaser, thinking
yeah,
back then I wasn't good enough and I need to help people. I needed to please people for them to like me. And that is an old false belief. Now I realize, of course, I just have to be my authentic self. So, this self confidence, self esteem, authenticity really is all interrelated because the more we can show up truly being ourselves and being authentic, the more that we can actually feel empowered because we're living in alignment with the truth of who we are. And I maintain, and others will say, the better that we can live in alignment with our true self, the more we can authentically give to others, the more we
yeah,
can show up with our gifts and skills. And it took me a while to learn that, but through many years of I've been on this
yeah,
path for a long time. So that's why I'm passionate to just share this insights and wisdom with others who are struggling because I've been there. I know what it feels like. In fact,
yeah,
just this morning I do a lot of YouTube videos on my YouTube channel, Kate Heartsong, and it's all about understanding what's happening on the planet, why there's so much upheaval and chaos. And also I touch upon other topics like authenticity and how to make ourselves feel better. So various topics. So this topic this morning, I did a short video, which I have not yet posted, but I will.
yeah,
Essentially, may I share a simple tool that people can use to raise self-esteem?
yeah. It will be a pleasure.
Thank you. This has helped me so much. And what I share in my video that will be out here in the next day or two is a simple technique of looking into the mirror, into your eyes, and as best as you can, just offer yourself love or appreciation. This is not an easy exercise for some people, but it is important and it works. I'm living proof. So many years ago, someone suggested this to me, and when I first did it, and this was when I was still in a lot of shame and low confidence, I could not look into my eyes for more than 1 second.
Yeah,
Some people just can't do it. But
yeah,
over time, I've been conditioning my brain and my heart to know that I am a wonderful person and I'm just like anyone else. And so I am able now to look into my eyes for a long time. But I
yeah,
also get it if people can't. but doing it consistently will help. So even if it's 1 or 2 seconds every day for as long as needed, this is a powerful way to build your self-esteem and just to connect with yourself. That's
Yeah.
such a powerful way to live.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, it's really amazing. Just look into yourself because I know I have some persons that I was discussing with the other time. I was like, why can't you do a video of yourself? I was like, I can't just stand listening to my voice. I'm like, you don't mean it. And you just feel problem when you say more like when you keep doing it over and over and over time, it improves your self esteem and you come to accept and appreciate who you are and yeah, your authenticity, and it's really amazing. So
Yes.
what does humanity current evolution leap means and how can we consciously participate in it?
Big, great question. Thanks for asking. You know, so many of us are wondering what the heck is going on the planet? What is this evolutionary leap? And what it is, and my book, Humanity's Cry for Change, shares a lot about what I'm talking about here. It explains so people can understand there is actually a purpose behind what appears to be chaos right now on the planet.
Mm,
But what we are doing is we're going through a shift. Humanity plus Mother Earth. We are going through an evolutionary leap or shift. Just like the agricultural age or the industrial revolution, there is from time to time an expansion. So this is the nature of the universe. The universe always expands and grows. And so one of the things that it does to expand and grow is the consciousness of humanity. And that's right where we're in the middle of. And what's happening is we are moving away from the old paradigm of thousands of years, this paradigm of corruption, war, greed, thinking that aggression and violence is the answer to conflict, which it of course is not. Male dominance, men thinking that men are better than women, the whole inequality of sexual perspective. All of that is so not true, and it has not worked. In fact, it has created even more intensity and difficulty on the planet. But the good news is that Mother Nature, the universe, God, the natural impulse for expansion of life happens. And so, what's happening for Mother Earth and humanity, all of the planet, we are moving into a new age. And this age is of love and peace, collaboration, kindness, respect for all life, reverence for all life, the recognizing that we're in unity consciousness. All of us are actually interconnected. Science has proved this. So the interconnection of life, the unity, the kindness, all of that is becoming more prominent. But in order to get there, because it doesn't happen overnight, the old has to be brought to the surface, the old paradigm,
mm,
the old things that no longer work, coming up to the surface to be looked at, to be made aware of, to have the consciousness of it, so that then we can heal it. And in the healing, it does dissipate, and some of it even is collapsing. And so that's why we're all in this middle of this turmoil right now, is because we are right smack into the old stuff being brought to the surface. So many things are being exposed, and people are stepping back and recognizing, hey, this is so not the way to live. The old paradigm is not bringing peace. The new earth, the love and kindness and respect and reverence for life, this is where our natural direction is happening. We are going
yeah.
in this direction. And so there's really great news. And the key is to find ways to cope with the chaos. There's so many people sensitive to the energies. Like me, I'm very sensitive to, the collective consciousness
Yeah.
energies. And you are too, it seems. Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Many people are sensitive, even more people being born recently in recent decades get it. They are very sensitive. And so we need to learn how to cope and how to navigate. And that's all what I talk about with my business and my YouTube videos. is to help people to thrive, to better navigate these challenging times. It is challenging for me too. I'm very sensitive, but it is possible. So I'd like to just share a couple of good things that are happening on the planet that people will recognize. Yes, the new earth is starting to come in. There is good news. For example, more people are accepting the idea of alternative healing modalities and energy healing more than ever. In recent decades, there is a recognition to the validity of alternative modalities of healing, and more people are doing co-housing. So many more communities are being created. There's a lot of people growing their own food so that they can not always depend on industrial food, and to start getting sovereignty, to be recognizing our own authority instead of always defaulting to the outside authority. And there's such a more common acceptance of cryptocurrency use,
Yeah.
and the banking system might go away. Who knows? And then the AI technology is, wow, skyrocketing and continues. So there's a lot of demonstrations of this new earth coming in, plus people like you who are offering these wonderful podcasts so that people can be more informed. So there's just so many good things happening. It's just mass media doesn't always share that.
Yeah.
But there's other ways to find out about it that good.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. So, lastly, looking back, how did your hearing loss and childhood trauma shape the person you are today and your mission to serve others?
Yes. I wouldn't change it because
Mm,
the hearing loss did give me and gives me today the depth of compassion and caring and passion that I have for others, and for myself, for having gone through the feelings of not being worthy. Wow. And I was upset for about 2, 3 hours, and I worked through it and just checked in with myself.
yeah,
I was able to work through it in about 2 or 3 hours instead of like a week. If it was when I was younger, it would take me a week to get through something.
yeah,
So I am familiar with, and I've learned so many tools and techniques. So my hearing loss has helped me to offer the navigating tools and ways to deal with things with my clients. A
amazing.
gift. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, our kids. Yeah, I think this is really amazing. It just speaks volume to the fact that, yeah, definitely everything we've actually gone through, more like how there's a grand purpose to all of it. And yeah, and you just remind us too that transformation starts within raising our consciousness, our self-confidence and awareness that can create a ripple effect that positively impacts humanity. Yeah, by embracing our interconnectedness and living consciousness, we can navigate life challenge with resilience, joy, and purpose. It's really amazing. Also, Kate, for my audience who would love to learn more from you, who would love to follow you or on the various work you do, and how can they reach out to you, and where is the best platform?
Yes, your audience can reach me through my website, joyfulradiance.com. And on there, also, I'm offering, there is a 10 practices for inner calm and confidence in amidst chaos. So there's a
Mm,
lovely download that they'll get. Also, I share a lot of the teachings on my YouTube video that I'm very excited about. The channel is called Kate Heartsong. And so, yeah, there's a lot of good information there that just, really supporting people. And, like I mentioned, my passion is to just help people to know it is possible to make positive change, even in the midst of all of the uncertainty with the global crisis or in our own personal lives. Yeah, just to also recognize the brilliance of each person, that we all have wonderful gifts and skills. So thank you.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, Kate, for sharing a whole lot of
Oh,
insight. It has really been amazing having you on this particular episode. Yeah, thank you so much.
thank you. It's truly an honor. Thank you so much.